Hey everyone, let's talk about the state of American retail. Stores are shutting down, malls turning into ghost towns. Remember those nostalgic shopping trips? Beneath the surface lies a bigger economic story. Iconic names are now teetering on the brink. From changing habits to online shopping, what does their disappearance mean for American business? Grab your thinking caps because things are about to get real. Our first stop on this retail roller coaster takes us to Sears, a name synonymous with American shopping for over a century. Sadly, Sears' story in recent years has been one of decline. Their annual revenues have been steadily falling for almost 15 years, and the once ubiquitous department stores have become a rarity. Next up, we're turning the page to Barnes & Noble, a beloved haven for bookworms everywhere. Remember the joy of getting lost in their aisles, the smell of fresh ink and coffee? But the pandemic hit the book industry hard, and Barnes & Noble wasn't immune. They filed for bankruptcy in March 2021, a stark reminder of the challenges facing brick-and-mortar bookstores. While a British group, Elliott Advisors Limited, recently threw them a lifeline, the future remains uncertain. The rise of e-books and online retailers like Amazon continues to loom large. Can this chapter end with a happy ending for Barnes & Noble? Only time will tell. Our next stop takes us to the world of fast fashion with Rue 21, a brand that once resonated with teenagers across the country. However, since 2017, this privately owned retailer has been weighed down by a mountain of debt. It's a classic tale of a company struggling to keep up. As trends change at lightning speed, Rue 21's executives admitted they failed to evolve with their target audience's tastes. Filing for Chapter 11 to renegotiate their debt was a necessary step, but it highlights the cutthroat nature of the teen retail market. Can they reinvent themselves and win back their audience? It's a tough question with no easy answers. Belk, a Southern charm offensive? Now let's head down south and check in on Belk, a department store chain that's been a staple in Southern communities for generations. In 2021, Belk faced its own financial reckoning, going through the ringer of bankruptcy and shedding a whopping $450 million in debt. It was a close call, but a group of investors swooped in to save the day. But even with this 11th-hour rescue, Belk's future is far from secure. The challenges they faced haven't magically disappeared. Can they adapt to the changing retail landscape and regain their footing? It's a question that hangs heavy in the air, especially for those who cherish this Southern institution. JCPenney, another American icon, fades? Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're stepping into the world of another legacy brand that's been on shaky ground for a while. JCPenney. This department store giant has weathered its fair share of storms over the years, but the pandemic felt like the final blow. Remember those empty aisles and clearance sales? JCPenney's story is a cautionary tale of a company that struggled to adapt to the changing times. From failing to connect with younger shoppers to the rise of online competition, they've faced an uphill battle. Can they turn things around and reclaim their place as a retail powerhouse? It's a question that's on everyone's mind, especially as we witness the struggles of other iconic brands. The Gap, can this denim giant find its fit again? Next up, we're talking about a brand synonymous with casual wear, Gap. Remember those iconic denim jackets and catchy Fall Into the Gap commercials? Financial blogger Stacey Caprio notes Gap hasn't been turning a profit. They're facing a $2.25 billion debt load, and they could run out of cash next year. Even the biggest names face market challenges. Can Gap reinvent itself and return to profitability? Abercrombie and Fitch. Can this teen retailer find a second wind? Many of us have a complicated history with Abercrombie and Fitch. Known for strong fragrances, dimly lit stores, and questionable marketing, the brand has been on a downward spiral for years. Declared bankruptcy in 2008, shrinking profit margins, struggling to connect with a new generation of teens. Can they shed their outdated image and find success? GNC, the supplement struggle is real. Next up, we're heading to the world of vitamins and supplements with GNC. For years, they were the go-to spot for protein powder, multivitamins, and all things wellness. But even before the pandemic hit, GNC was already feeling the pressure. Competition in the supplement industry is fierce, and they were facing declining sales and a heavy debt load. Then 2020 arrived, and things went from bad to worse. GNC was forced to file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy and announced the closure of a staggering 1,400 stores. It's a stark reminder that even in the world of health and wellness, staying afloat can be a real challenge. Charlotte Russe, a fashion fizzle. Our next stop takes us back to the world of fast fashion with Charlotte Russe, a brand that once held a special place in the hearts of budget-conscious fashionistas. But sadly, Charlotte Russe is another example of a retailer that's been struggling to keep up. They filed for bankruptcy and announced plans to close 100 stores and sell off their intellectual property. It's a tough pill to swallow, especially for those who relied on Charlotte Russe for affordable and trendy clothing. Will they be able to find a buyer and make a comeback, or will they fade away like so many other fast fashion casualties? Staples and Office Depot, the paperless predicament. Remember the days of back-to-school shopping trips to stock up on notebooks, pens, and folders? Staples and Office Depot were the undisputed kings of the office supply game. But as we all know, the world has gone increasingly digital. Remote work and online collaboration tools have become the norm, leaving traditional office supply stores in a tough spot. Since December 2019, Office Depot's stock has been on a steady decline, and analysts are predicting that both Staples and Office Depot might not be long for this world. It's a sign of the times, as the paperless revolution continues to reshape the way we work and learn. True Religion Apparel, faded jeans, uncertain future. Our next stop takes us to the world of premium denim with True Religion Apparel. Remember those iconic horseshoe pockets and hefty price tags? Well, True Religion has been struggling to stay true to its name in recent years. They first filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy back in 2017, hoping to restructure and find their footing again. But then the pandemic hit, and like many other retailers, True Religion was dealt another blow. They filed for bankruptcy again in 2020 and were forced to permanently close over 140 stores. AMC, can movie theaters survive the streaming wars? Now let's dim the lights and head to the movies with AMC, the largest movie theater chain in America. Remember the excitement of catching a blockbuster on the big screen, popcorn in hand? But AMC's future is far from certain. The rise of streaming services like Netflix, Disney Plus, and HBO Max has fundamentally changed how we consume entertainment. Why brave the crowds and pay for overpriced snacks when you can watch the latest releases from the comfort of your own couch? It's a question that's keeping AMC executives up at night. Can they convince audiences to put down the remote and head back to the multiplex? Or will streaming giants eventually dim the lights on traditional movie theaters for good? Next, we're stepping into the world of jewelry with Alex and Ani, a brand known for its charm bracelets and positive messaging. But even positive vibes haven't been enough to shield Alex and Ani from the harsh realities of the retail landscape. They filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy late last year, citing declining foot traffic in their physical stores as a major factor. It's a reminder that even in the world of sparkly things, staying afloat can be a challenge. Can Alex and Ani find a way to regain their shine? Let's face it, Party City was the ultimate destination for last-minute party supplies. Whether you were throwing a birthday bash, planning a Halloween costume, or needed some festive decorations, Party City was there for you. But the pandemic threw a major wrench into Party City's plans. With social gatherings on hold and people celebrating at home, the demand for party supplies took a nosedive. It's a stark reminder that even the most celebratory businesses aren't immune to the ups and downs of the economy. Can Party City find a way to adapt to our new normal? Our final stop on this retail roller coaster takes us to Kmart, a discount department store chain that was once a fixture in communities across America. Remember those blue light specials? But Kmart's story is a cautionary tale of a company that failed to keep up with the times. While their competitor Walmart embraced technology and expanded its offerings, Kmart remained stuck in the past. Today there are only 3 Kmart stores left in the entire United States. It's a sad end for a brand that was once a household name. The retail landscape is changing faster than ever before. The rise of online shopping and changing consumer habits, along with a shrinking middle class, contribute to this retail apocalypse. The disappearance of these stores leads to job losses and economic uncertainty. Businesses that survive will adapt to the new rules of the game.